fuck it. I finished work and I was kind of drained and stayed for a little bit. I was like, no, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna, do some drafting and whatnot. And I was like, you know what? Let me just go home. Let me go home and one thing at a time. So, listen, this is early February 2025. And as much as I have great intentions for a lot of things, there's a real realization that results and facts and actually what the fuck is happening and not just what you intend is low key more heavy in the balance. I say this because I work corporate. I'm invested from a business point of view in my career. I think that it's not just a means to an end for the sake of paying your bills. I know that I enjoyed my life a little bit more when I invested my time in a job or within a career that was intentional in some way. And when I say intentional, I am not out here being snobbish. You can be, and I'll say I instead of you. I've been, like a cleaning person, there's so many different terminologies for this. Janitorial work, um, cleaning stuff, uh, maintenance. There's a lot of different words that can be used. By the end of the day, it is a humbling work because you're picking up after people, right? It's humbling. People will think that this is like the lowest of the low jobs. Respectfully, it is not. Even if all you are doing is picking up trash all day, it's not about the task. It's more about if you start opening your eyes every day and think about how it sucks that you have to pick up trash, how it sucks that you have to, let's say you're a student, study, you're a worker doing other tasks, that you have to work. It sucks you have to work every day. You open your eyes, you start your day, you think that it doesn't really matter how purposeful or, you know, status provoking your role is if it feels like a drag. And I feel like there was a time, there was generally a time where I thought that, oh, if you work corporate, if I change whatever I'm doing and start to go in corporate, I won't feel like that. And there's this awareness of, yo, people that are musicians and they play shows every week. That's what they do. That's their job. They also have to train, right? They have to practice. There's it's work. It's still work. And then at some point, if your life is you have to do concert every, or you have to give classes, or you are giving presentations, or whichever it is that you're doing, even if it seems cool, guess what? At some point, it still is a job. Even the cool, whatever it is, I'm like, oh, it would be so much better if it was this. I'm like, okay, cool. Anyway, that's not even the point of why I was right here. I kind of went on a little spiel. I think it's good. Sometimes you need to kind of go and, refresh this little thing. I feel like it's really weird how monotone I've became. Like, I don't know if it's freaking. I don't know. I just know that I used to be more energetic. The good thing that I realized is that the whole thing about mood and perspective is, as I said, right? You can wake up every day and feel like everything is a drag, is a chore, is something that you don't want to do, right? Or you can purposely choose to accept things the way that they are. Let's say you have to pick up trash. So what I have to do today, I have to pick up trash. I have to go to work, and then when I'm at work, I'm picking up trash. I'm cleaning toilets. I'm cleaning carpets. I'm changing garbages. That's what I do all day. It is what I do. Okay, cool. So you can feel like shit about it, and then think about all the different interaction that you have at work where people look at you picking up trash, or they're chatting with you and then they realize at some point that you're a janitor, and then they act different, or you know what I mean? All those things can be very frustrating, upsetting, and impair your level of joy, impair your balance, impair how you will move and interact throughout your day. I gave the example of janitor, but this applies to any type of job, maintenance, right? Any type of job, any type of task. And I gave that example because it's something that I personally have had no shame in doing since I'm like 15. I've been doing contracts where I would clean in offices or in private homes or for events. And for a list of different reasons, I've taken jobs after that where I wasn't necessarily doing that job. But there's people that I would work in those spaces, in those places, that literally we both know never did janitorial jobs, never did maintenance, never were they asked by another adult to go change a garbage as an adult and be humble enough to be like, yeah, of course, no problem. Instead of like, who the fuck do you think I am? You think I'm gonna clean your toilet? I'm not a janitor. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people have this, like, which is normal, a certain ego, a certain self-respect of like, there's things that is part of my job and there's things that are obviously not. For a list of different reasons, where I'm coming from is from a place of humility when it comes to being an acceptance of how things are. When you come in with the ego of I deserve a certain level of things, it is very good that you have a self-respect and a self-love, but there's also an importance of being aware that we are all just people. I'm just a person, and I'm actually not from a place of minimizing who I am or minimizing who you are, but more from a place of if we are all human, there's a place to align your perspective at any time, in any place, any type of circumstances.